Hello, this is Coding Literacy Flake 12 or 40. We're looking at HTML Part 5 Hyperlinks. In this screencast, we'll be looking at internal, external, and email hyperlinks using HTML tags. Now, the important part to remember is when you do an internal hyperlink, the file you're trying to link to from your web page needs to be in the same folder or hard drive as your HTML file you're coding with. Now to begin with, I'm going to call up a web editor, or actually not a web editor, a text editor, and I'll be using I'll be using Notepad++. Okay, to begin with, we've got to let the browser know it's a web page. So HTML starts the notification /HTML switches off the web page. The next part is the body part, body tag. The body tag, again, a reminder, lets the browser know that you've got to display the following on screen. So that's the body on and the body off. Now we start with our rest of our coding. For this, I'm going to put down the following text. This is my fifth HTML page, and put down here below is an example of an internal hyperlink. The file must be in the same folder as this HTML code. And go to the next part. Below is an example of an external hyperlink. We'll do that. And then below is an example of an email hyperlink. They're the three examples I'll be using. Okay. Now remember, HTML, you've got to let the browser know to go to a new line. It won't know otherwise, it'll just make it one big line. So I'm going to put here, a paragraph break. There's a paragraph break there, and I'm going to make that a line break here. I'll put a line break over here. Oops, tag break, and a line break here. Okay. Now for the first one, I'm going to give an example of a hyperlink, an internal one. Now the important part with this is that you've got to have the file inside the same folder or hard drive as this code is going to be saved at. To do a hyperlink, you've got to use the attribute or anchor tags. There's an anchor tag there on and anchor tag off. Now, the anchor tag on its own does nothing, but what we need to do is give it some parameters. href is hyperreference equals, now I call up the fourth one, the fourth .html file we did. Fourth. So I'm saying anchor right here, an attribute, and I want to put a prompt up. The prompt for the user reading my file, reading my web page would be click here to see your fourth HTML page. And what I'm going to do is do a paragraph break after that. Okay, so let's look what we've done so far. Well, I need to save it as my fifth .html code, and I've got it in there, and I'm going to check to make sure that everything's in the right. Let's have a look at it again. As you can see, I've got it in the same folder as my fourth. This is my fourth. This one I'm doing now my fifth, and I've got the graphics I did in the last HTML screencast for the fourth one. So I've got it all in the same folder, which is great. Now let's test it out. If I run and do a test on Chrome, I get the following. There we go. Below is an example, etc. And it goes to a line break. Now it goes to a paragraph break there because I've asked it to, but I've got a mistake. Did I fix it up actually? What I might do is put them side by side so you can see what's going on. Okay. I notice there's an error here, and that's coming from here, so I need to remove that. Let's do a save, and I should better refresh this. Error's gone. Good. Now, because it's got in the same folder, if I click on that with my browser, it should load up. There it is. It loads up my previous HTML code I did. Okay, let's go back to it. That's looking good. Let's go to the next one. The next one is we're going to do an external one. For the external one, same thing. I need an anchor tag, anchor tag on, anchor tag off. Okay. Now for the anchor tag on, I'll put another hyperreference equals. Now for this one here, I'm going to go to the deck site. The deck site is HTTPS, which means S simply means secured HTTP, www.deck.sa.gov.au. That on its own won't do anything. I need some sort of prompt. The prompt for the user is click here, whatever you want really, to go to the deck website. You can actually put a graphic there, you don't have to put text. Site. There we go. And I'm going to put a paragraph break at the end of it as well. So the next line goes to a paragraph tag. Save that. Go across here, refresh it, and I should see the following. It didn't work. Okay, why didn't it work? Okay, it didn't work because I didn't put a quotation right here. Let's try that out now. Save. Let's go over here, and there it is. So if I click on that, it should take me to the deck website. And there's deck website. Yeah, there's deck website. Good. So we're there. Let's go back to our code. That's what we've got so far. Okay, so we've done an internal one to a file we've got within our hard drive. We've done an external one. Now let's just do one more, an email one. Let's look at the email. Okay, the email one again is an attribute or an anchor, and anchor on, anchor off, and let's give it some instructions. Okay, in here I'm going to say something like hyperreference equals. Now this one here uses the prefix mail to, and you type in the address. Might as well type in my address. Sorry, just mail to Paul.Paris 645 at schools.sa.edu.au. That should do it. I need some sort of prompt here. The prompt might be send me an email. Actually, in fact, don't send me an email. This is just for the exercise. Let's save that, and I should get. There it is. It should be there. So let's just try that out. Okay, and then we get the following. Okay, so I'm able to send mail, and that's how we do hyperlinks. So, thank you for watching.